Google's antitrust battle in the US, search, ads, and Android under threat. In a world where Google seems to be everywhere, the tech giant is now facing some serious legal heat. A federal judge recently ruled that Google has been playing unfairly in the online advertising arena, marking a significant setback for the company. This ruling could potentially lead to a breakup of Google's advertising empire, as prosecutors are now armed with the ability to push for major changes in how Google operates its ad products. Imagine two different courts telling Google it might have to sell off parts of its business or completely change its practices. This is the reality the company is now grappling with. Next week, a judge in Washington will dive into a trial that could force Google to sell its popular Chrome browser and implement other measures to curb its dominance in online search. This is just one piece of a larger puzzle of antitrust cases that could reshape the future of Google as we know it. Let's break down what's happening. Digital advertising. In a recent ruling, U.S. District Judge Leonie Brinkema in Alexandria, Virginia, stated that Google has unlawfully monopolized the markets for publisher ad servers and ad exchanges, which are crucial for connecting buyers and sellers in the digital advertising space. While the judge noted that antitrust enforcers didn't prove Google had a monopoly in advertiser ad networks, the door is now wide open for prosecutors to argue for a breakup of Google's ad tech business. The U.S. Department of Justice is pushing for Google to sell off its Google Ad Manager, which includes both its publisher ad server and ad exchange. Interestingly, Google had previously considered selling its ad exchange to appease European regulators, showing that the pressure is mounting from all sides. Online search. Google's stranglehold on online search is at the heart of a lawsuit filed by the Justice Department back in 2020. Following a ruling last August that found Google guilty of illegally monopolizing the search market, prosecutors have suggested some drastic measures. They want Google to sell Chrome, share data and search results with competitors, and even consider selling its Android smartphone software. One of the most controversial proposals includes ending exclusive agreements where Google pays billions to companies like Apple to keep its search engine as the default on their devices. Google has called these proposals staggering, and many experts believe that the remedies suggested by U.S. antitrust regulators could face significant legal challenges. In a bid to address these concerns, Google proposed to loosen its agreements with Apple and other device manufacturers to set Google as the default search engine. A trial on these proposals is set for April, but with potential changes in leadership at the DOJ, the direction of this case could shift dramatically. Android apps. In another significant development, U.S. District Judge James Donato in San Francisco ordered Google to make substantial changes to its Android app business. Starting this November, Google will have to allow users to download competing app platforms and use alternative in-app payment methods. Additionally, the company cannot pay device manufacturers to pre-install its Play Store. Google is currently appealing this decision, arguing that the trial judge made errors that unfairly favored Epic Games, the maker of Fortnite. In a related case, Google has proposed a $700 million settlement to resolve claims that it charged inflated prices for apps, but this settlement is still under scrutiny. Meanwhile, Epic Games has launched a new lawsuit accusing Google of colluding with Samsung to stifle competition, a claim that both companies deny. As these legal battles unfold, the implications for Google and the broader tech landscape are profound. The outcome of these cases could redefine how Google operates and how consumers interact with its services. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this unfolding story.